What's going on, everyone? This is TheGlassman from GardunoGlass Studios in Albuquerque, New Mexico. So I wanted to give you another video, post one up since I had my last video flagged for dangerous activities. Well, either way, I was just showing you guys how the electronic cigarettes and the tanks are working. Someone basically doesn't like that I'm posting this up for only $30. And this is a clear tank, $30 system. The green glass tip, it's the original GardunoGlass drip tip. As you can see, the flare is exactly the same as that O-ring. If it's not, you're not going to get a good seal there, and you'll get wobble. So if that seal is just right, you're not going to get any wobble there. And then this tank, it comes with two cardomizers, and it's real simple on how to fill it. Basically, and this is a $40 system right here, with the two cardos and a glass drip tip, and it's only $30 without the glass drip tip. And you can get a clear tip, green tip, blue tip. Also, the way that I fill them, and this one was already pre-filled. I tried to do another video a second ago and it didn't work out. But basically, you push that up and away from the seal. And then what I do is I move over my cardomizer, so that way you can just drip directly inside and you can fill it up really high. You don't have to use syringes or anything like that. And these grommets that I'm using, they give you a little bit of some room to do that. So they're not as stiff as the other ones that are out there on the market. And then you just pop that back in there, and then, you know, sometimes when you slide that up, you get a little bit of that fluid just from sliding it up and down. So I just want to make sure that I can show you that there is no leakage at all. As you can see, I just wiped that, but as you can see, there's no leakage coming out of those holes. It was just coming off the shaft. And then also, when we flip this upside down, there's no leakage coming out of the cardomizer. And my drip tip with the O-ring fits just right in there. I'm going to start making my tanks a little bit taller so they go all the way to the top. And this is, like I said, a $40 system with the tip, $30 without the tip, and two cardos. I'm also doing the cobalt blue for $40. That comes with two cardos as well. You can also add a tip to it for $10. We also got the custom colored series now. That's a cobalt blue tube with white lattice work in the center, some blue dots going around it. Those are all glass, colored glass melted inside of it. It's not crayon or paint. It's actual glass. I'm going to show you what the colors look like. Here's a stick of pink. It looks white, but it actually is light pink. Here's the white. Maybe it'll show a difference between them. So there's your white, and you got your light pink. And basically, I just melt these, you know, in the flame, and then you know, you can just spin it around the glass or whatever. So what I do is I melt the colored glass around the tube or whatever I'm working on. And right here, this is just a demonstration purpose, but I'm just going to wrap it just around the edge here. And basically, you melt the glass and you create a stringer, to where you then just wrap that right around, and that's just melted glass. And then what I do is I melt that in. So I've got the custom ones for $50, and this has a revised version of the glass strip tip. Since we're no longer using, since we're using a rubber grommet, we don't need a rubber O-ring. Not necessarily. It creates the seal perfectly. You don't need that. However, without the O-ring sitting inside the cardomizer, you will get this to move around on you a little bit. So, and I'll probably redesign this to make sure that there's at least a little bit of a lip, so I could probably fit like the skinnier end of it into the cardo, and then it won't move at all, and it'll also be nice and smooth. So I'll probably revise that once again. But this one is a $50 system with the two cardos, and you get the drip tip with it. So that comes with the drip tip. And also I made a really nice custom clear shaped And this one here was featured on the video that got removed from YouTube, and it was the one I was beta testing for a week. It was beautiful, it worked really nice, never leaked on me, but I dropped it on brick. Really sad. So try not to drop glass on brick or cement or tile. Anything that's hard, the same hardness of glass, anything that's the same hardness, glass on glass, it'll break. You know, glass on cement, glass on tile, it'll break. There is a possibility that it might hit a very thick part of it and it may take a bounce and it won't break, but I guarantee you glass works like a helmet. You drop it once and you start creating these cracks and fissures, and it weakens the glass. Every time it's dropped, it weakens it. So I wouldn't advise ever allowing your glass to drop on the floor. And this one I did throw. I mentioned it on my video that I threw this onto the carpet, and so I could have weakened it at that point. But basically, this is a new series of GardunoGlass E-cig accessories. This is the glass tanks, and they're not. I just want to explain something. These aren't just a piece of tube. You know, we buy these in 4-foot, 5-foot increments, and we melt them down and shape them so we can have workable areas. Now this here on the top is cut, and what we can do is we can easily cut it again with the glass cutter to just make the tube. And so that's what the competition is doing, is they're cutting the tube. They're not popping out the holes and hand blowing your tanks. So hand blown tanks, I guess they're hand fire polished. These ones here, there's a little bit of a difference. I'll show you with the blue one. As you can see, I use a 1-inch heavy wall tubing. This is all borosilicate glass. This is cobalt blue borosilicate glass. And I call it borosilicate glass because that's what it is. It's not Pyrex, not Kymax, not Cymax. Those are brand names, and those are registered trademarks, and they're also copywritten, so they can't be called that. This is borosilicate glass, and as you can see, it's really thick. This here, you can also tell, has a taper, so it's not just the tube cut on the top. On the other side as well, it's tapered. And these holes are blown precisely out and then shaped with a carbon graphite reamer to the specific size of the grommet, so these fit perfectly in there, and you get a nice tight seal. So these are hand blown. The holes are actually popped out, hand blown and popped out. And as you can see, they fit really nice in there. So that's the difference between the GardunoGlass tanks and the competition out there. On the next video, I'm going to show you how these are made. And please visit www.glassdriptips.com and also cosmicwebs.glass.com so you can get all the great deals and offers that I have to offer right now. There you go, GardunoGlass tank. And also, you're listening to my music. This is a song called Oahu that I wrote in Oahu, Hawaii. And if you want to check that out, I'm on reverbnation.com/TheGlassman. Thanks for watching. Enjoy your day. Mahalo.